Imagine, thousands of years ago, the golden sun rising over the vast sands of ancient Egypt. Its rays illuminate colossal temples and bustling cities, the heart of a civilization ruled by gods and pharaohs. In this land of myth and majesty, a woman's name would echo through eternity. Nefertiti. Her story isn't one of royal birth. She wasn't born a princess, but fate had a grander design for her. With a captivating blend of charm, sharp intellect, and an inner strength that was impossible to ignore, she captured the heart of the powerful Pharaoh Akhenaten. But she was destined to be far more than just a pharaoh's wife. She became his queen, his partner, his equal in every sense. Together, Nefertiti and Akhenaten embarked on a revolutionary path, one that would shake the foundations of their ancient world. They dared to challenge millennia of tradition, declaring that the countless gods of Egypt were no more. In their place, they proclaimed a single, true deity, the sun, Discaten, the giver of all life. This was a seismic shift, and Nefertiti was at its very center, a high priestess leading her people into a new dawn. Under her influence, Egypt experienced an incredible cultural renaissance. The art of this period, known as the Amarna period, broke from rigid, formal styles and became more naturalistic, more intimate. You can see it in the carvings of the royal family, depicted not as distant gods, but as a loving husband and wife, doting parents to their 6 daughters. Nefertiti's image was everywhere carved into the walls of temples, her statues gracing the halls of palaces. Her name, which means, "the beautiful one has come," became synonymous not just with beauty, but with divine power and revolutionary change. She wasn't a queen who simply stood behind the throne. She stood beside it, and sometimes even in front of it. There are reliefs showing Nefertiti in poses once reserved only for a pharaoh, driving her own chariot, leading religious ceremonies, and even smiting Egypt's enemies. This was unheard of. She was a corolla, a force of nature who helped steer the entire kingdom. For a time, it seemed their golden age, their sun-drenched utopia, would last forever. But history, as we know, is often filled with shadows. After about 17 years of rule, something happened. Following the death of her husband, Akhenaten, the vibrant, powerful Queen Nefertiti vanishes. It's one of history's most profound and tantalizing mysteries. She disappears completely from all historical records. There's no mention of her death, no tomb, no mummy ever found. What happened to the Sun Queen? The theories are as numerous as the stars over the Nile. Did she die from a sudden plague that swept through the city? Was she cast aside in the political turmoil that followed Akhenaten's death? Or, as some historians believe, did she do something even more extraordinary? Did she take on a new name, disguise herself as a man, and rule as Egypt's pharaoh in her own right, bridging the gap before the young Tutankhamun took the throne? Her enemies, desperate to erase the memory of the Atenist revolution, chiseled her name and image from monuments, attempting to wipe her from existence. For a while, it seemed they had succeeded. For over 3,000 years, Nefertiti remained a ghost, a half-forgotten name in a long line of Egyptian royalty. The world moved on, and her story was buried, quite literally, under the sands of time. Then, in 1912, a German archaeological team was digging through the dusty ruins of an ancient workshop in Amarna. There, buried upside down in the debris, they found it. A masterpiece. A life-sized bust, crafted from limestone and stucco, so perfectly preserved, it looked as though the artist had just set down his tools. The face of a woman with a slender neck, high cheekbones, and an expression of serene, almost otherworldly grace. It was her. It was Nefertiti. The discovery was a global sensation. That single sculpture brought the lost queen roaring back to life. Her face, untouched by the passage of millennia, became one of the most iconic images in human history. It allowed us to look directly into the eyes of a woman who had been erased, to see the beauty, power, and mystery that had captivated a kingdom. Today, Nefertiti is more than just a historical figure. She is a symbol of feminine power, timeless beauty, and the enduring human spirit. She is the lost queen who, despite every effort to make her forgotten, refused to stay silent. Her legacy proves that even when history tries to erase you, true greatness can never be completely buried. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed uncovering the mystery of Queen Nefertiti, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from our incredible past. See you next time.